Me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
It's time for our tale of the tape. And introducing first, the First Lady, Cecilia Brækhus, one of the most decorated athletes in the history of the sport. Claressa Shields, the greatest woman fighter of all time, or so she says. Hard to argue when you look at her decorated career.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, and now from Bergen, Norway, introducing an undisputed welterweight champion of the world, known as the First Lady, Cecilia Brækhus. Fighting out of the blue corner, and ladies and gentlemen, here is the 2-time gold medalist from Flint, Michigan, a 3-weight division world champion, and an undisputed women's 154-pound champion of the world, Claressa Shields.
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves, and here we go.
The wait is over.
All right.
The speaking stopped. The fight begins. Now, let's get the answers.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. That hook got her attention. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation.
Whoa, Johnny! Claressa Shields is in trouble. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
She wasn't ready for that counter. So far, the offense has been better than the defense. That jab misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Brækhus in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, looks so easy.
Okay, you're switching off now. I can see you switching off. Right, you've got this. Great work. I love that. I love that. That jab's slick. Once you're back out there, get your boxing back on. As soon as you start doing your thing, you can... All right, great round. Great round.
On to the second round. The last round was massive for her, Johnny. How does she keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do So you've got to fight a counter punch is smart.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. These two women pretty close halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Claressa Shields just got clipped. It somehow weathered the storm.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Her stamina is off the charts. Breckus just got caught. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Breckus in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Now you're switching off. Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about that round. Let's go out there.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was a debacle. Let's see if she can get things righted here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Through the left uppercut, but it misses. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Halfway through the round, did you see that? Claressa Shields is in trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Goes Claressa Shields. That punch dropped her hard. I have got to see that again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
Talk about Shields in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath, thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Center.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. I don't want you to
Rather better boxer. Just get back out there with focus.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, the corner will try and shake out the legs, dump some cold water on her, give her the motivational speech, but it's up to her, Johnny. She's got to find a way to dig deep and get back into this fight.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself a...
Cecilia Brækhus goes down! I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
Halfway through the round, and she's got an impressive lead here.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T. Play the plan out to a T.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Claressa Shields just got clipped. Looks like trouble, and before they get knocked down, they choose to go down on their own and take a knee.
That's a really dented the ego. You don't want your opponent to see you do that.
A perfect counter shot. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about Brækhus in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
Can make or break a fighter.
You're much better than this, girl. You're much better.
Great work. I love that. You've been doing so well. Those jabs are slick. Mix it up.
What are you doing? You've switched off completely. Now you let her back into the fight.
She won't have a clue what's going on. Stay one step ahead.
Back into the fray here in round 5. So that's a 10-8 round. Got to turn things around here, Johnny. What do they do?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there, toe-to-toe with them, and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym. Every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
This is not where Cecilia Brækhus wants to be. No rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close.
Whoa, Johnny! Cecilia Brækhus seeing stars. Saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot more at the end.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Claressa Shields is in trouble. Talk about Brækhus in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
This is when you talk about championship material.
A few body shots in there. Very up and...
Okay, focus. You just need to recenter. That was a bad round.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. You were thinking...
And there's the bell for round 6. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
The jab just got blocked. That counter shot lands. Nice job blocking the hook. Nice counter punch right up the middle. And Shields is down. Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
I need to see that again.
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Misses with that uppercut. And not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Shields in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive and then give it back the next round.
Don't forget to come on. Get back up there. Focus. We've got a minute. Just breathe.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Just keep on
Doing your thing. You're going to win. Once you get back up there,
Here we go, it's round 7. She's got a minute to collect herself, and boy does she need it, because you know her opponent is going to come out blazing, looking for another knockdown to start this round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Claressa Shields just got clipped. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Defense, defense, defense is everything, because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
And Cecilia Brækhus now on the brink. Avoided catastrophe there.
What caught sleeping on the job? What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Needs to be careful that she doesn't punch herself out. She got out of the way of that right hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Brækhus in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
great work.
Okay, now you're switching off. Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about that round.
And we enter the 8th round. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Clarissa Shields is in trouble. Just one punch away from getting the momentum back.
Now they've got to wake up, they've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
The straight right just misses. Punch, counter punch. She got clipped by that counter. Did well to block that right hook. She catches and counters. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. So it's a majority decision. One judge saw it a draw. The other two scored it for the same fight.
Todd, you're all right. We don't see this that often. But when we do, we really remember it. And this is one of those fights. Majority decision. I agree. You agree. The fans agree. Sorry, am I talking for you? All right, that's enough. Okay, you